Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Once again, I am narrating over this video because my software and technology loves me. Loves me so much. And we're gonna go beat the crap out of some people. Because that's our favorite thing to do. Let's see. Oh yes, this is the episode where I finally figure out what that does. That little symbol, the X down there, what I have on X for Solus, it's an area attack of ice. And when I figure out what that does, I was like, what? Like, I don't know why I didn't know what it was before. I can't remember. But yeah, I finally used, I thought it was just an ice attack, but then when I realized it was actually an area attack that can draw in multiple people, I was like, what? So that's going to be fun to use. And then I'm going to attempt to use the grappling chain, even though all I do ever is like run forward. Like, my character doesn't pay attention to commands very well, it seems. She's a hacky slashy. Hacky slashy. Oh my gosh. I hate those guys. I like the guys in Mass Effect who have the shields. I mean, obviously they got the shields, but it's still a gargantuan pain because they're like indestructible. Unless from the back, like Solus just did. Got him with fire. Fire! Oh, he's weakened. Take that potion. And this, everyone, is where I finally see the full extent of Solus's powers. And I have a ridiculous good time. He's so attractive. Oh my gosh. Oh, like... he has got the coolest power. Look at, like, oh, and that's where I figure out what I thought the mind thing got them from a distance, but it's just within his immediate vicinity. It's like a 2 or 3 meter radius. The mind shock thing. I'm like, I don't want to go back to my character. I just want to play as Solus for the rest of the time. I wish I was a mage. When I saw that, I was like, I should have been a mage. I should have been a mage. But alas, I am a shield and sword warrior. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing there. Probably getting a drink of something. But yeah, no, like, did you see the way he like spins his staff around? Like, that was awesome. That was extremely attractive. Like, I was like, oh, so that's what you can do. Oh man. Cool stuff. Like, I don't know, I just thought, like, I mean, in Skyrim it's cool, but I was like, I don't know, like, it just seems like the mage is, like, much more, flows better, I don't know, like, it seems a lot more intuitive, the magic, I guess, at least from what I could tell just from playing as Solus for a minute, is, like, I was like, I'm gonna play as him more often, like, dang. Oh, this, yeah, I wanted to wear the Vanguard coat, but you gotta be level 7. And the heavy adventure armor, you have to be a human. I hate that. I'm like, level 4. I'm like, I gotta wait till level 7 to wear this stuff? I'm like, okay, come on, get the stars off, But, yeah. I gotta take a health potion. And then litter because I'm a good little Dalish elf. Make sure everybody's all potioned up. No, seriously, like, that was really fun playing as Solus. Like, I didn't realize, like, what the, like, I don't know, like, I'm used to Skyrim where it just kind of shoots out of your hands, and you can use a staff, but I never really did, like, I know you can get the Crazy God's staff if you do the Daedra, the Crazy Daedra's staff. It's a rose. It's very pretty, but I never played a mage either. Like, I only had like the basic like shock and fire attacks, you know. But I don't know. Like, even then, like, it just doesn't seem as awesome as it does in this game. And I don't know if I'm making it up or if I actually heard it, but I think I heard that mages are a little bit overpowered in this game, which is cool. Most people is she, ready to live. People must be protected from mages, as our right and duty, but those who supply them with lyrium and shirk their duty, they are sympathizers who have lain with the demons and can breed only abominations. That's really nice. And they must be slain as such. We will wage our war from the camp off the west road. We will not stop until this world is clean. Written in a crisp and educated hand. I think it's interesting that the Templar one is they specifically say written in a crisp and educated hand, and the Mage one is said to be written in a scrawled hand, like barely legible, which is interesting because usually you see mages as like scholarly, you know, and like really meticulous, but in this one they're not. It just in this note thing. Sorry, I had a little pause there, I think. With concerning the notes, they it's the opposite. Like this, it's not like the Templars, like this warrior who's just scrawling something down really quick because he's not used to it. He's like crisp and educated hand. It's just interesting, a little bit of difference there from what you might stereotypically expect. And yep, I play as Solus again because his attacks are bad A, and they're awesome, and they're fun to use. And look at him. Look at him. Like, it's so cool. Like, watch. Like, look at the staff movement. It's, like, extremely, like, I don't know, organic's not quite the right word, but it's, like, it just flows, and it's, like, it all comes together in a simple, cohesive way that feels good when you're playing. Yeah, and then I figured out what this was, and I'm like, I love it. But then he gets up close, and I'm like, crap, I can't do anything. But I'm still like, I just keep throwing fireballs. It's awesome. Look at that. Like, a flame just comes out of my chest. It's like, oh my gosh, that's my favorite. Right there, right there. It's my favorite. Like, he's got, like, a technique for it. It's not just like, you know, like, it's not just like throwing it out there. It's like a dance. Like, it's I think it must have been well thought out. I mean, maybe it's not exactly practical, but if you're kind of in the air, maybe it's kind of the airbender way, you know, like Aang the Last Airbender, you know, like it's kind of how like they like in that whole the whole Avatar like world, like they each sort of element or has its own little like Tai Chi type movements, and it's really cool. Like, it's well thought out. Like, it validates itself, and it's because it's got like a little bit of a grounding in a reality, but it also like it's all cohesive within the created game world, and so it's like it just comes together in a beautiful way. And like for Avatar and for this game, oh, he's so awesome. He's amazing. But then I'm like, nah, I should probably be my character that I spent 2.5 hours making. Oh, and I noticed that Varric needed his to be updated, so we're gonna jump around on that and figure out what to give him. I don't actually remember. Explosive shot looks really cool, though. Pincushion looks way awesome. The moving faster while shooting would be nice, too. I've got the long shot and I've got the upgrade. Just bouncing around. La da 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 da. You fire a powerful shot that explodes on impact, damaging enemies around your target. I like that. I like that a lot. So I know I do apologize for the narrating over thing. It's not my favorite thing to watch or listen to. It's not as interesting. Like, I prefer to not. Like, I don't... It reminds me of, like, the gameplay videos on, like, websites where they're, like, playing through, like, Twilight Princess, and they're like, and here's what he did here, and it's, like, a fast-forwarded video, and, like, they're not talking about very much what's going on screen, and you're not getting their experience of it. They're just like, here, blah, blah, blah. I can tell you right now that right now on the screen, I'm trying to figure out how to map things to the little pad, the D-pad, or, no, the buttons, not the D-pad, the buttons. But... Yep, I'm figuring it out. It was trial and error for sure, as you can tell. I'm like, yeah, let's do all of these. I kind of wonder if I, like, put, like, I don't know, caltrops on 2 different ones, if I could use it 2 different times. You know what I'm saying? Like, one would reload while I use the other one. might have to experiment with that. But stealth is up there. Alright, I actually would switch those two, the caltrops and the stealth at this point. I have changed as a person since that moment, since this moment in time. I'm trying to find that dang-nab eyeball over there. That's on the other side of this impassable rock cliff face. And I gotta go find it. What? Oh, it's a watchtower. I was like, what landmark? Oh, yeah. Just like... Build watchtowers. Operation available. Are you joking me? You gotta... Okay, like, you made me run around and put the little pin cushions... Put the little pins into the pin cushion that is the earth. And then you take those away. Obviously, there's not one there. And then you have to go back to the war table and be like, yes, build war tables. It's ridiculous. And then, I'll tell you, I remember, you actually have to go back. You get a letter, they're like, oh, thanks. But you have to go back before the mission completes. You have to go back to the farm and be like, I built you some watchtowers. And it's like, you just sent me, he's like, oh, thank you. I'm like, you just sent me a letter saying thanks already. Like, you made me go, why am I going back? Like, while I'm here, I should be like, hey, Inquisition resources, I summon thee. Use the fast travel, like, time-space continuum warps that I use when I fast travel. just send them. So we do go back, because I want to get that done. I want to check that off, because it's already, like, mostly done. It's like, and at the time, I was like, okay, fine, I'll go to the war table, and I'll get it done, and then I'm like, get there, and it's like, do it, and it's like, I gotta do this again. But when I don't have anything to do with my hands, or too much to do with my brain, I'm just talking all over the place. Take a drink of water. It is kind of fun doing the narrating thing. It's not something I want to do permanently, because that's like, it's like 3 times as long, because I have to play the game, and then I would have to narrate over it, and then I would have to edit that, put it together, because the audio is separate, when in the Elgato, it's just together, and then I would have to watch it again to make sure that it wasn't, like, out of sync. So I'm like, that's why uploads have been a little bit slow, because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is taking too long. Takes me like 3 hours to do a 30-minute video. Alright, we are back, and we're gonna go see if Cassandra's got anything different to say. I think we... Did we ask for these already?
Ask you about the Chantry.
It is difficult to say what becomes of the Chantry now. They have no Templars, no leadership, and no one left who is worthy of succeeding the Divine. It has fallen apart when everyone...
You guys aren't trying back there. I see you just flailing.
I think what this will mean in the days to come.
Holy buckets of questions to ask. This game is probably longer than, like, friggin' War and Peace 10 times over.
Do you really believe the Chantry is worth preserving?
I do. Though I understand how someone born outside of human society might think otherwise. Cast the Chantry aside and new problems replace old ones. We will have learned nothing from history. The people need stability, and the Chantry needs a new purpose. Andraste had a dream for us.
Maybe we need something else different.
It can still be achieved.
Maybe the Chantry should evolve into something new.
So,
and not be the Chantry anymore, because obviously it's not working.
Dedication to what is truly important. Instead of building cathedrals and sewing gowns for the Divine, the Chantry used to spend its coin feeding the poor. If we are to spread the Maker's word across the world, we must do so with open hearts and open hands.
It's so interesting that she says that, because she's like this brash, headstrong warrior. Yeah.
I do not think it's so unachievable. The Chantry has many good, honest people. They just need direction and inspiration. They need to be freed from centuries of adherence to tradition and ceremony. A chance for renewal is at our fingertips. It does not have to come with utter chaos.
But some things have to be broken down to be recreated and reformed into something better. If you take it from an artist's perspective, philosopher or something.
I'm surprised you rebelled against the Chantry.
I left my own order when they took the wrong path. It is no different. But in neither case did I stop caring. Indeed, I care so much
Indeed.
that I feel
Oh, so-
drastic action is necessary. I suppose history
She
shall
cares
one day
very
judge my
deeply.
actions.
Like,
Will the Chantry replace
almost
divine
excessively
destiny
deeply, like
They will
dangerously for herself.
Once
like,
the priests
not
withdraw for the
zealot-wise,
grand
but-
consensus, it is against Chantry law for them to
She could
emerge
get
without
herself
naming a
into
new
trouble.
divine. Sometimes it takes
Yeah, but
days
you said not to
or
do.
weeks, or even
You said we
months.
just needed to get away from the
The
laws.
problem now is
and
that no
traditions.
clear successor to Justinia exists. All worthy clerics
Justinia.
died with her at the conclave.
So what happens if they can't agree on someone?
Theoretically, they will argue until exhaustion takes them or they see reason. Practically, however, if the grand consensus goes on too long, the Chantry will crumble. Any cleric with ambition but little sense will see this as her one chance, and plenty of such clerics exist. We shall see what happens.
So,
The Inquisition must act in the meantime.
are the clerics and the priests separate, or are they the same? And there's,
do
I thought
choose
the
a new
priests were
divine,
boys.
Will you serve
Are the
her?
clerics girls?
That depends on whether she would have me. I am a rebel now, remember? And even if she would,
She
I
wouldn't.
do not know.
I don't think she serves a divinity.
Depend on what
She
type
serves.
of divine she is.
the
I am no
divine,
longer in a
like the
position to
person.
follow blindly, and no new divine could expect such obedience now.
They would be lucky
What
to have you.
influence
That
does
is for
Chancellor
sure.
Roderick really wield?
He's a bureaucrat, responsible for communicating the divine's
Mm-hmm.
will to the rest of the Chantry. Therefore, he's accustomed to the clerics hanging on his every word, hoping his influence will benefit them. Despite that, Roderick is not a bad man. He's frightened.
No,
and
she says that.
believes his place is to fill the gap left by Most Holy's death. Some might agree. As far down the
reasonable
chain of command
assumption.
as he is, there is no one left above him.
I would assume you were above him, to be honest.
No more than he is already. He sent his message to the College of Clerics. That is the only card he had to play. Dealing with him
The
further
card,
only
huh?
lends him credibility he doesn't deserve.
That's a good point. I
Thank
think
you.
Cullen said or will say something similar to the effect.
Greetings.
I think we already asked her about these, but I'm not sure.
That's enough for now.
Not
Another time,
sure.
then.
Indeed. We shall speak again. And I changed my mind. And got excited about something. Horses. Better horses. Horses. I'm trying. Hey, come here, Segret. I mean, Hagrid. The words are so tiny.
Goodbye.
Never mind, bro. Right. Oh, are we gonna start playing with the forge? I don't actually watch these ahead of time because that would take, 4 times as long. And why can't I wear cool things? I don't like my armor very much. There's not a whole lot of variety. Maybe I should look up how to get stuff another time. I love the accents. It's awesome. Again, I'm used to games like this kind of having like Skyrim, It's the same voices over and over again. Mass Effect kind of the same thing. But apparently a lot of the voice actors from Mass Effect are in this game. But I kind of didn't look because I don't want to know. Apparently the one who voices Liliana is in here. Commander Shepard's female voice actor is in here. James Vega's voice actor. I actually know who those two are. And I think it's going to be freaking hilarious. But, we just made Imbued Apprentice Armor for Solus. I wish I could freaking wear it. Look how cool it is. Why couldn't I be a mage? What was I thinking? I should have been a mage. Instead, I just get this plain armor. I do like this. I do like the Defender coat. It's different. It kind of looks like the mage armor, but it's a little bit different. Plus, the name Battle Mage just sounds so bad, but I usually am not good at magic, but maybe I should just experiment with different games' magic systems and and see what's up, you know? But I'm kind of an in-your-face type person, but at the same time, like, I really enjoyed having the distance, because when I'm up close and in the fight, like, I can't actually see anything that's going on. Like, I would like to be able to continually back up. Like, I keep finding myself wanting to do a preemptive strike, but I can't because I'm too far away, so the only ones who can do it are my mages or my archers, and I'm like, well, what the frick am I doing? And I just go in there and swing my sword around. I can swing my sword. Nope, that's probably patented. Probably a patented song, but I can't help but think of it when I say sword or sword. So we're figuring out, sorry, I should totally talk about what's going on the screen. We're figuring out mining, freaking blacksmithing, and I've been noticing, like, when I was doing this, that there's the primary slot, utility slot, offensive slot, and defensive slot. And that if you put a different metal in, like, right now, I think we only have the primary slot and the utility slot. I think if we get more schematics, like more advanced schematics, we'll get the offensive or the offense and the defense slot. Because right now I only have two, and it's like it says it's utility, and then it says the next one down is, I think it says armor, and it will the color will change. Yeah, so he calls it armor. So I'm like, that confuses me, because I'm like, wait, which slot is that technically? But the type of metal you put in affects the stat right there, the one that's glowing. It will affect your stat, and it also affects your armor rating, like which two metals you put in there. But like, I think the first one affects your armor rating, and then the second one affects the stat. So that's what I was I was trying to figure out. And it changes. You can kind of see, like, Paragon's Luster, I don't have enough of it, but it tints the armor blue. A little, like, not the coat itself, but the actual armor underneath. So it does, like, at some point, I'm like, oh, let's just get the color pretty, because there's not a whole lot of difference between any of them, but I do need to start, well, eventually I need to probably play with my armor crafting a little bit more. But, so, like, that one's, like, got a 92. All of them have a 92 armor rating, I think, because these are all tier 1 metals. It says down there on the bottom, like, above all the, like, slot things. It says it's a tier 1 metal. Paragon's Luster's tier 2, but it's, I don't have enough of it to put in either slot. Or, yeah, because it's, like, you need, like, 4 at least. But it looks like I can either get Constitution or Strength. Plus 4 Strength or Constitution, so I think at that point I kind of just went for whatever color I kind of liked the best, but I'm not sure if I should focus on the Strength or Constitution more. I think they're both really good. To be honest, I should probably do Constitution, because I need to be able to stand up to hits better, but at the same time I wouldn't get hit so much if I had a quicker way to dispatch the enemies. I like the sound of onyx, but it doesn't actually make the color that I want very much. So I was like, no, like I was hoping it would kind of tint it like darker, like black. But maybe that's obsidian then. I swear onyx is black. Maybe it's probably actually kind of a gray. Strong defender coat. I like it. I really like the way it looks. I'm very satisfied with it. So yeah, like this is way better. I like it. Too bad I can't wear apprentice armor. It's a tier 1 heavy armor schematic. So maybe if we get like tier 2 armor schematics, it'll give us a little bit more slot options. I'll have to check that out. See, it looks really nice with the Paragon's Luster. But again, Paragon's Luster is so rare. I'm like, I don't want to use it for anything because I don't know if it'll come in handy. Such is the trouble with all gamers, is we're not sure what to keep, what's useful, and what we should just sell. The thing is, though, is I don't buy much, like, really, so I'm like, I'm not too concerned about it. So, but now we are going to craft a weapon, and that arming sword looked freaking awesome, and I'm probably going to make one, but we are so making one of those, because then I'm just going to get really jealous, because for one thing, he's going to get a little bit, I think he's going to get a little bit of a melee ability with that. Also, this is everything I wanted from a game. I've always actually, ever since Skyrim, I've always wanted to play with a spear. Because I wanted to kind of base my character off of a Valkyrie. But there was no spears, right? And the weapons they use, they use swords, but like they're always depicted with spears. And I was like, come on, this is like an ancient Nord thing. Why aren't there spears? But apparently it's actually really difficult to code for that. Which I'm like, how? Like, it's completely different from a staff. Like, the staff you can just kind of wave around or shove in somebody's face. But a spear has a very different, like, fighting mechanism, which is apparently really difficult to code for. So I'm super jealous of Solus because we're gonna put that on his staff, and he's gonna have what looks like a spear that magic comes out of, and I'm very jealous. And he's gonna look so cool. I'm actually not sure if he gets a melee ability. I would assume he gets some sort of, like, melee bonus of some sort, but I can't be sure for sure, you know? For sure, not for sure. But no, it's fun. It's fun making stuff. I enjoy it. So here you can mess with the damage, and then the next metal again will affect the stat there. Which none of these are like super fantastic. And it probably is because of the crushing longsword. I love it. Doesn't have the hand guard. I'm not sure exactly what is that called. The hilt. It doesn't have a hilt. Like the hand. Like it's got a hilt, but it doesn't have the hand guard part. Which is interesting. But then we're gonna. This is the armor modification, okay? Because I was like, where's all this stuff? But like they're all in separate areas, which is kind of odd. I don't think I can do anything. It says no upgrades are available for these items. So apparently I need to find upgrades. Look at this. Look how cool he looks. He looks like a monk. But he doesn't look like a monk before. But then it's weird how in this screen it actually shows you wearing the armor that you can't actually wear. But I would love to give him this one. It's like a purple and blue. And oh my gosh, the red would be so awesome. Like this one, he doesn't look like a monk. Which is fine. It's totally fine. I like that it's somehow he just looks like a wanderer with that. But it's I would love to put him in the other one. And I don't know why, even though he can't wear it, it still kind of makes it so that it looks like it's for him. You know? It changes it so that it looks for a mage. I don't understand why it does that. No upgrades for any. Oh my gosh, I think I found a glitch. See how rad his staff is gonna be? Look at that. Look at that. That's all I've ever wanted out of my life, is a flaming spear. Good golly. That looks so cool. He's flinging magic around and does a special twirly thing and then he slices your eyeballs out. Yeah. Should have been a mage. I might have to go back and just kind of on my own and kind of mess around with a mage character and see what it's like. I did go play with the creation screen. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I was waiting for a video to upload one day and I was I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna remake a character. And so I got on a different profile that I have and I made a couple different characters and it was fun. I think mine's the best, but so I think I was looking at the stats on that one as compared to this one especially. But I've added a bunch of stuff to it, so +2 and 4% stuff. It's not really a huge deal, but it's still kind of cool. Gives it a little bit of flair, if you know what I mean. Just checking stuff out. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I look awesome. Oh yeah, right, I had to put it on. I look so awesome. And then we're gonna put Solus in the imbued apprentice armor. And he's gonna look rad. Look how attractive he is. What am I doing with these? I got tons of stuff. What am I doing? Oh, I was I'm not selling stuff. So I don't know exactly what I'm trying to do. I think on that one I'm kind of trying to see what the difference is between the crafted one and the regular one, but I look I look good. I look good in that one. I like it. And then I figure out we can buy and sell from here. It took me a second to figure out the difference between these two. Why one was 1 and one was 345. But it's because the 345 one is an infinite amount of Tactician's Renewal. I think that's pretty sure that is what that symbol means next to it. So it means infinite. So I assume that's what it means here too. Trying to get rid of some stuff. Woo woo! I made that. Trying to make some space. I'm just holding on. Maybe I should put the, this is something that I thought about a long time ago, but I haven't implemented and still haven't implemented as far ahead as I am anyway. But I should put, like, the, level stuff, like the high level stuff that I can't wear yet, into valuables. And then I wouldn't be like, yeah, this is a really high level weapon that I can't use, you know, type thing. Or armor, or whatever. But okay, so I think, yeah, I'm gonna be ending the video, looks like in about a minute. So I think I'm just trying to make sure my weapon is, the thing is, like, that weapon isn't very good, but I just made it, and so I want to use it, you know? And it looks really cool. Like, of all of them, it looks the coolest. So, like, it's a very streamlined weapon. I like it. In Skyrim, I actually tend to favor the battle axes, but in this game, I like the streamlined look of the swords. But those swords are massive compared to me. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, looks like I'm about to call the episode here. So, I appreciate you guys putting up with the narrating over and stuff. You can appreciate how awesome my character looks in her new armor against the backdrop of the beautiful sky. And I do love the scenery in this game. It's fantastic. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. I will see you in the next one. Thanks.